Hey everyone! Today I'm coming at you with another Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile. This one is going to feature Felgrand, the Divine Dragon Felgrand. So, before we get into the profile, I'd like to ask you to like, comment, and subscribe to so you can see my videos in the future and to help promote my videos with the algorithm. So, getting started, we have 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon. Pretty standard. Then we have 3 Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. If you didn't know, what you can do with this card is you reveal a Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand, you special summon it, and it can destroy one monster your opponent controls, but it can't attack the turn it does that. Then we have 2 Dragon Spirit of White. This card is treated as a normal monster in the graveyard. You can special summon it off the White Stone of Ancients or Sage's second effect, and when it's normal special summoned, you banish a spell or trap your opponent controls. And also, you can tribute this card you control to summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Then we have Divine Dragon Felgrand. If this card is special summoned from the graveyard, you banish one monster your opponent controls or in their grave, and it gains attack equal to the level of the banished thing times 100. And then also, if it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can special summon a level 7 or 8 dragon from your grave, except another copy of itself. And then we have a Morphage Goliath. If this card's on the field, neither player can special summon from the extra deck except for Morphage monsters. This one's good because it lets you out potentially problematic things, and either by swinging over them or banishing them, and then gets you more attack points on the board. And then this one's good because it locks your opponent out of their extra deck. Then we have the 1-of Arcbrave Dragon. The standby phase after this is sent to the graveyard. It special summons a level 7 or 8 dragon from the grave except for itself. So what you're typically going to try to do is get this engraved with a Morphage Goliath or Divine Felgrand on like your first or second turn, so you can special summon them out more easily. Then we have 3 Galaxy Soldier. This is in here for Cyber Dragon Infinity. If you didn't know, what you can do with this card is discard a light monster, special summon it in defense mode, and then search out another copy of itself. So one good thing to do with this is discard the White Stone of Legend, because then that searches another light monster that you can use for the second Galaxy Soldier. Then we've got triple Sage with Eyes of Blue. When this card's normal summoned, you search a level 1 light tuner from your deck, and then also you can send this card to the grave on target a monster you control. It gets tributed, and then special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. And we've got triple White Stone of Ancients. What this card does is when it's sent to the turn it's sent to the graveyard, you special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck, and then also once per turn you can banish a copy of it from grave to add a Blue Eyes monster from grave to hand. Then the 1 White Stone of Legend. This card, when it's sent to the graveyard, you add a Blue Eyes White Dragon to your hand from your deck. And this is good because it helps you get your alternatives out more easily. And then also for the Galaxy Soldier plays. And then we have 1-of Effect Failure because it can be searched by Sage. Then going into the spells, we have triple Melody of Awakening Dragon for searching your Blue Eyes White Dragons and your Blue Eyes Alternatives. Discard a card, search 2 Blue Eyes stat dragon monsters. Triple Return of the Dragon Lords. Revive a level 7 or 8 dragon from grave. And if a dragon monster you control would be destroyed, you can banish it from grave to protect them. It's nice to have a revival spell that also protects your stuff. Then we have triple trade-in. Discard a level 8 monster and draw 2 cards. Getting more draws in this deck is kind of important. And also, getting your dragons in grave is pretty good, because then you can revive them with Return of the Dragon Lords. Then we have triple Dark Ruler No More. Since this deck is really focused around the battle phase and getting a lot of big bodies on board, it's nice to have this, because you can stop your opponent from using the negates they have on board to stop your things from going off. And then even if they don't take damage, you can still pick their entire board apart. And we've got 2 Dragon Shrine. What this card does is you can send a dragon monster from deck to grave, and if it was a normal monster, you can send another one. So typically what I'll do is I'll send a Eyes White Dragon, and then, or Dragon Spirit of White, and then send like send Felgrand or a White Stone to grave. We've got double Cards of Consonance. We're playing so many of the stones that this is basically a +1 if both the stone effect and this card's effect resolve, because you play this, you draw the 2, and then the stone effect goes off and gets you another card, which is really nice. It's nice to have a +1 that isn't a -9, jokingly. Dragon Ravine and Silver's Cry are the last 2 cards in the main deck. Silver's Cry to revive normal monsters like Eyes White Dragon or Dragon Spirit of White. You can do on your opponent's turn as well. So if they like set something, you can flip this face up during their end phase and get rid of it before they can activate it. Then we have Dragon Ravine. You discard a card and then send a dragon monster from deck to grave. So it's good for like getting things like Arc Brave and stuff out of your hand if you don't want them in your hand, or you know, the ones that you want to be in grave, and then getting another one in grave to help you special summon them. So like if you draw into Arc Brave or Morphage Goliath, you can activate this and then send the one in your hand to grave, and then send the other one to grave as well. So then during your opponent's standby phase, it gets special summoned. Next off, we have the extra deck. So we've got double Boy Spirit Dragon. What this card does is once per turn it can negate something in the graveyard, and then also it can tribute itself off to special summon a Light Dragon Synchro monster from your extra deck, but it gets destroyed during the end phase. Then we have Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. This card protects your dragon monsters, and then also it protects itself from the destruction effect of that. And then also during your standby phases, it special summons normal dragon monsters from your graveyard, which is nice. We got the one of Crystal Wing. It's a negate. It negates a couple things. It's nice, and it's not too hard to bring out. We've got the one of Stardust Spark. This is for also a target for Spirit Dragon. It can protect itself, which is nice. Black Rose Moonlight, also target for that. If you're going to go into Crystal Wing, go into this first. It bounces things back to your opponent's hand, which is nice to get rid of potentially problematic things. Then we've got the one of Heart Earth Dragon. I like this card because your opponent can't out it very easily, and also it's if you're bringing it out off of Dragalubion, obviously, but what you do with this card is typically you'll bring it out and then you'll kind of attack things with it, because your opponent takes the damage that you would take from battles with this card, and then you can just sit on it, and if they destroy it with the material it has, you get good effects off that because it comes back and then gains attack for all the banished monsters. And if they've activated desires during this turn, it's going to gain a lot of attack. Draglubion, detach material to special summon a numbered dragon monster from your extra deck, and then attach another one to it as material. Unfortunately, you can't special summon anything else the rest of the turn after you activate it, and that's the only thing that can attack that turn. But still, if you're bringing that out, that's a good effect, and if you're bringing out the other one in this deck you're running, usually you can get game off of it, because you can spam Xyz monsters onto the field. Then we have the one of Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. This is mainly in there to help you to attach to one of the either this or the other one you're running. Then we have Heretic Sun Dragon for non-targeting removal, detach a material, and then tribute cards on your field or hand with a minimum of 1 and destroy things your opponent controls equal to that number. And it doesn't target, which is nice. It's also good for outing things that you might have a hard time outing otherwise. Titanic Galaxy for it's just having negates on board, stopping your opponent from using their spell cards and stuff. It's nice. Then we have Cyber Dragon Infinity and Cyber Dragon Nova. This is the one you're going into with Galaxy Soldier, and then you can stick this on top of it. It's another negate, and also you can use it to suck up your opponent's monsters, which is nice, and give itself a attack boost. Then the last Xyz monster we're running is Numerion Dragon. What this card does is you detach a material and it gains attack equal to the ranks of the Xyz monsters on the field times 1,000. So that can get out of hand pretty fast because it gains 1 for itself. It's going to gain 8 for the Draglubion that you use to summon it, so it's already at least going to be at 9,000. Then finally we have Twin Burst Dragon. It's a contact fusion you can get out pretty easily, and it's good for outing problematic things because if something fails to be destroyed by battle by it, it gets banished instead. And for our side deck, we have Dingirsu. You can summon this if you want to. It's not bad. Makaba, El Shaddai Construct, El Shaddai Winda, and Appaloosa. This is really the only one you're having in here that you can actually make super easily, or that you kind of want to. These are really in here for targets for Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. I'll get into that in a minute. Then we have Gamseel and Kumungus for Kaijus. You can tribute one of your opponent's monsters, which is nice to, again, out potentially problematic things. Then we have the 3 Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. What this card does is if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you discard this card, reveal a card in your extra deck, and your opponent banishes all the cards in their extra deck with the same name. So, decks that really rely on some of these cards, you can stop them from even making them in the first place, which is nice. Then we've got Triple Twin Twisters to deal with your back row and to get help get your stones and your potentially more bricky dragon monsters into the grave from your hand. Then we have 2 Ultimate Creature of Destruction for protecting your Blue Eyes monsters. I think this card's nice. I'm glad we got some more support before, and I'm hoping we get some more soon. Anyway, that's it for this deck profile. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to help my videos be promoted with the algorithm, and so you can see my videos in the future. Bye!